Hey, welcome. You're about to watch a snippet of a video podcast that I created using AI. Now, watch this.
Backed by some pretty eye-opening research.
So you can get ahead of the curve?
And own your future.
I like it. What's fascinating here is we often view these technological shifts as sudden disruptions.
But they actually unfold over time.
That's true.
Remember the anxiety around the Industrial Revolution?
Yet it led to innovations we can't imagine living without.
Okay, but I'm not giving up my Wi-Fi for a steam engine anytime soon.
Just saying.
Fair point.
But the lesson remains relevant.
Those who embrace the change.
Who learn new skills, they thrived.
Companies like Nokia,
Kodak,
even Yahoo.
they clung to the old ways.
And, well, let's just say they became cautionary tales.
Yeah.
This deep dive is about making sure you're on the right side of history.
You see, this particular video was generated with AI, though produced by me. And guess what? I used NotebookLM by Google to generate the audio for this video podcast. I never thought I would be saying this, but it seems Google is now getting the AI right. And I think this is the very first AI tool created by Google that is useful and helpful. Alright, so enough said, let's delve into NotebookLM. Okay, so all you need to do now is go to Google, search NotebookLM, or just go to notebooklm.google. Now, this is called a writing or a research assistant, as you can see, and it is powered by their language model, which is I think the current version that they have. Just visit this page, you will see a lot of things. Now, this particular tool can do a lot. So I'll just click on try NotebookLM and let's see. Of course, you need to be logged into your Google account, your Gmail or something for you to be able to use it. So you'll see it is currently in experimental state. This is because it is in beta version. So they'll probably be rolling out the full version pretty soon. Now all you need to do is click on new notebook and you'll be provided with this interface asking you to either drag and drop a file. So if you have like a PDF, a Word document, whatever, you can just drag and drop it. You can see text file, markdown file, they work. It supports it. Or you can just upload directly from your Google Drive. That is another data source. Google Docs, Google Slides, you can upload from there. You also have links. So if you have a blog, right, and you just want to create a podcast from that blog post, and with that you can even rank better on search engine, right? So you can just include a link. It does not have to be your own blog post. It could be any blog post at all. So okay, let me just click on it. You see, then you'll be asked to paste the URL. Although you cannot use paid articles or URLs with paywalls won't work. And you can just paste your text directly and you'll be able to still use it. But for this particular tutorial, I'll be using Google Doc, a file from my Google Doc. So it is connected, since it is Google platform, Google tool, Google AI, so it's connected already. So I'll just use this document. So this was a document I actually created while I was putting together my presentation for a speech that I had sometimes 2 months ago at a summer camp. I was invited to speak, so I just remembered I had this. So that's what I'll be using. So the topic of that conversation was the future of work, skills for career success in the age of AI. So that was the topic. And I think that would be an interesting topic for the podcast conversation as well. Alright, so after you upload your data from the data source, you would see it will give you a summary of everything, right? And it will also suggest questions. So if you are a student as well, you find this very useful. So it will also suggest questions that you can ask. So if you have PDF given to you in school, so you can just use this to query and ask some questions about the PDF. You can see, although that's not the purpose of this video, you can also create frequently asked questions. So I'll just click on that. Let's see. So you can create frequently asked question. While that is loading, go back to this notebook guide, right? And you'll see you can create a study guide, table of content, you can see the FAQ is available. Each industrial revolution, how does the history of industrial revolutions inform the future of work? You can see. All right, so I'll just close this. So you can do a lot of things with this. You see, look at these sources, right? We have just one source. So you can decide to add more sources. You can see examples, marketing plans, course reading, research notes, meeting transcript, sales document. Of course, if there is anything you do not want person or AI to have access to, don't upload it. You can see we have 1/50, so you can add up to 50 sources of document, right? Of data rather. All right, so we'll just focus on this. Now, what we want to do in this particular video tutorial is to show you how you can use it to generate podcast, right? So all you need to do is click on generate. That's all. Now it might take like few minutes for it to generate, but then just leave it, come back. You can see this may take a few minutes, no need to stick around. So another thing I'd like to say about this particular tool is this: even though you are providing a source, this is still using AI, so it will help you enhance or your content in a situation whereby you have some document that is talking about a subject. AI mostly have knowledge on virtually everything, so it can easily help you enhance the discussion. Even though these documents now, it was something I prepared just for one person, which is me. Now we are trying to have a two-person conversation, so AI will break down the whole conversation and two people will be talking. So let me show you a video podcast that's actually created using Notebook AI with some other tools. I will come back to talk about other tools that I use to generate the video podcast, but then just watch this and enjoy the conversation. This will just be like a minute long. So just watch this.
And the AI practically finished my sentences for me.
Wow.
It was kind of freaky.
Kind of cool.
But it totally got me thinking, how is all this AI stuff going to change how we work?
Like 5 years from now, 10? That's exactly what today's deep dive is all about.
We're digging into a keynote speech someone sent in. The future of work. Skills for career success in the age of AI.
Okay.
Yeah, look.
I know what you're thinking, another AI spiel.
But trust me,
This isn't just hype.
this is about understanding the forces that are already reshaping the job market.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
We're talking practical strategies.
Backed by some pretty eye-opening research.
So you can get ahead of the curve?
And own your future.
I like it. What's fascinating here is we often view these technological shifts as sudden disruptions.
But they actually unfold over time.
That's true.
Remember the anxiety around the Industrial Revolution?
Yet it led to innovations we can't imagine living without.
Okay, but I'm not giving up my Wi-Fi for a steam engine anytime soon.
Just saying.
Fair point.
But the lesson remains relevant.
Those who embrace the change.
Who learned new skills, they thrived.
Companies like Nokia,
Kodak,
even Yahoo.
they clung to the old ways.
And, well, let's just say they became cautionary tales.
Yeah.
This deep dive is about making sure you're on the right side of history.
Okay, so the podcast has been generated. So let me just play it and just listen.
Hey everyone, ready to dive into the future?
Always. Especially when it comes to the future of work, right?
I got it. We talk a lot about AI and the future of work on the show.
It's kind of unavoidable these days, isn't it?
For sure. But today, we're doing a deep dive into a really cool source that I think you're going to
I
love.
hope you tell.
It's called The Future of Work, Skills for Career Success. And it's not just about, predicting the future.
Right, because who can really do that?
Exactly. It's about giving you, the listener, actionable insights, skills, things you can actually use right now to, as the title says, set yourself up for success.
Love that.
Oh,
So no crystal ball today, but maybe a roadmap of sorts.
I like that, a roadmap. So this source dives into all sorts of interesting stuff, but one...
Now, you just listen to the new podcast it generated. The video I played before was the first version I generated. Look at, this is the source document that was used, right? You can see. So here is the thing, I've watched some videos on this same NotebookLM podcast, but none that I've seen has covered how you can actually create a video podcast out of it. So what I'll do is to walk you through my own workflow that I use to create something like this. So the first thing you want to do is to generate the avatar that will do the talking. And I created this particular Flux image generator tool. It is free to access. All you need to do is go to adeleke.com/flux, and you should have access to this. If not, you can use image generator tool that you have access to. There is Leonardo or any other tool that you have access to. And this is a prompt that I use for generating avatar. So you can just screen grab these. If you have access to this prompt already, good. If you want to have access to it, all you need to do is go to adeleke.com/video-prompt. There are some other things here as well. This is for the personalized avatar generation. So you notice there are two different types of avatar. There is a personal avatar, which is my own face, avatar with my own face, and there is a generic one. So the lady was the generic avatar. So you can use this for the generic avatar. Anyways, if you have watched this particular tutorial, you already know what I'm saying. If you haven't, I would advise you do go to adeleke.com/TAV. Don't worry, I'll put all of this link in the description of this video. So once you have your avatar generated, of course you want to download this audio file, right, that Google NotepadLM generated for you. So you have your audio file, you have your avatar, and then you just use Edra. So I use Edra to make the still avatar and the audio turn into a video. That's just the walkthrough. So let me play. This was the audio. This is one of the audio, right? This is the video, the image avatar, and then the video. Let me just refresh this. Okay, so let me play.
Yeah, backed by some pretty eye-opening research.
Okay, you can see it plays. So do that for your own avatar, and then I'll still come back to how you can separate the audio tracks anyway. I do for this other lady or the other person, which is your co-host, and basically that is it. Now, where the work lies is in editing. So you need to know some form of editing. And again, as I've said, I've not seen any tutorial showing you how to do this kind of, like, this is very, very new, and I've not seen any tutorial on this. So I'll walk you through my own editing workflow for this particular kind of AI generated podcast. And this is why you should also subscribe to my channel, because I dish out valuable content just like this one you are watching. And don't forget to like this video so YouTube can also show it to more people. Now let me walk you through my own editing workflow or process. Now you need to have some basic idea of editing. Now you can use any editing tool of your choice, but I use Camtasia. So if you know how to edit, you still understand the whole flow. So let me now start the explanation from here. Once you download the audio that Google provides you, the problem is it is just a single file. But remember, there are two people or two hosts or co-hosts, but there are two people talking in the audio. So for you to be able to use that, you need to find a way in which you can separate the audio track. So the first speaker and the second speaker. Unfortunately, this cannot be automated. There is no AI tool for that. So if you are into AI, SaaS, that is a solution that you can create. So what you need to do is you need to listen carefully and separate the first speaker from the second speaker. You can see what I did. That was the first thing you would do. Now that we have separated each of the speakers' audio track, you now want to export, but it makes no sense for you to start exporting just this particular one, then move to the next one, then this, then that, then this one. It will waste your time. In fact, you just imagine doing for like longer videos, right? So what I did was I brought everything together in batches. So you want to do, for example, let's say for this speaker, so I took some of them, then I brought them together. And again, let me say Edra has a limit of 30 seconds per generation on the free plan. Just make sure it is not longer than 30 seconds, right? So just bring them together, do one part, then after this one, I had to just log this track, then copy the other part for this one. We have it here. Once you have done that, then do the same thing for the second speaker, right? Depending on the editing tool you are using or how you edit, you can come up with your own workflow anyway. Now, once you have done all of that, then you export the audio file. And after exporting, remember what I talked about here. So once you have your avatar, then just import the audio, choose your avatar and generate that as well. Now, the third thing you want to do is this. Import the video Edra generated for you. Now, once you have done that, then copy the first audio track on a new workspace, right? Now paste it, separate the audio from the video and paste accordingly. Like this one, paste it on top so you can know where to cut. So you have to split those tracks again. You want to make sure you are splitting in accordance to this one that you already have already. I just hope you're understanding, but of course you need to understand a little bit of editing for you to get what I'm trying to do, right? I don't want to go through the whole process again because it will take time. Anyways, this is for you if you want to do a video podcast. If it's just the audio, you are good to go, but why not do more? Alright, so once you are done with that, you can see everything aligns properly now. You can decide to even take out, you can decide to take out this other one. Now once you have done that, now the next thing is to ensure that all of these spaces, you can see this was for the first speaker, then the second speaker, first speaker, second speaker. So the next thing I have to do is make sure you follow through all of this. You want to copy this first one that is down, right? Copy it on a new workspace and import these ones that you have done, right? This is the standard you follow because there are spaces, so you want to use that space. So anywhere you have space, you just leave it. I just hope you understand this particular explanation. So just do it that way, layer it, and that is it. So let me just play this for you. Let me play this for you so you see.
And the AI practically finished my sentences for me.
Wow.
It was kind of freaky. Chemical. But it totally got me thinking, how is all this?
There is a form of lag. This is just what we needed. But then I just want to do more. I want it to look as if it is a podcast, right? So instead of having this portrait, this 1:1, I had to put it in this dimension. So what I did was, if you're having it this way, it means I can have my two speakers or the two hosts side by side. So all I need to do is put the first speaker on the left and the other speaker on the right. You can see, so that was what I did here. But then the issue would be when one of the speakers is talking, what would the other speaker be doing? That is where Runway ML, which is another AI tool, comes into play. So I use Runway ML to animate the avatar. You can see Runway ML also offers free credit that you can use. Although they have the Gen 3, but I'm not using the Gen 3. I'm using the Gen 2, which is free. The Gen 3 you need to upgrade. So all you need to do is upload those avatars, the male and the female, or the two avatars that you generated, and just use prompts like affirming what someone said, nodding is there to agree. So just try different prompts. So that was what I did. You can see I did so many iterations. So this is actually not easy. This is some of the things I do at the back end, but I think this is the first time I'm trying to explain everything. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so once you have done that, now whenever one of the speakers is talking, you just use that animated video on the other side. Basically, that is it. That was how I was able to generate this particular audio. Of course, you can tell it was AI generated, but still it is something possible, which is showing the possibility of AI. So one more thing regarding Runway ML, you can come to this camera pan. Now for the speaker on the left, you can decide to pan to the right. So normally it will be like this, so you can just move it a little. Now for the speaker on the right, you can decide to pan left. That's just a little arc, and you are good to go. of course, you're editing, you need to know how to edit. So you just put everything together, and then you have this video which I played earlier. Well, it is easy to use the Google LM, but where the work lies is in editing and putting everything together to produce an actual podcast, which I just explained, and I hope you understand. If you have questions, of course, do well to ask in the comment section. Now, before I wrap this up, if you're not part of the AI Tribe, which is a community of AI enthusiasts, I invite you to join. Go to adelekeshaman.com/AI-tribe. You'll be the first to know whenever I drop new videos, tutorial, or there is a new update regarding AI news in the AI world. You'll be the first to know. So go there and subscribe. Okay guys, so that will be all for now, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.